Hey guys, it's TonyCouldveBeen just doing my monthly rush of videos. Unfortunately, I'm not as consistent anymore. Uh, but that's not what this video is about. So, I would say my knowledge of televisions these days in modern times is above average. Um, I do notice that I'm gonna educate and inform my audience here about how do you compare the current NBA rankings to the current best TVs out right now, the companies, rather not exactly the models, but the companies. So the Golden State Warriors right now are they're Sony. A lot of people don't know that Sony makes the most expensive but the best TVs. I personally, I don't own a Sony. One of these days I hope to, but that's could just be a pipe dream of mine. Now I would say the Houston Rockets, they're the way James Harden is playing right now. They're Samsung. They're reliable. They're fairly priced. But will they ever get to the level of Sony? That remains to be seen. Samsung and the Rockets are a little bit more experimental, yet they stick to their flagship TVs. So Samsung has the curved TV, which I do as well. I'll show you guys real quick. Yes, that is a 65-inch Samsung curved TV. Ignore the TV that was on. That's just my experimental D-League TV. It's the company's TCL, but I wasn't gonna say anything about that. But LG is the next company in my opinion. They're basically whichever team comes out of the East. They're in a different league, but they're still good and they still have a chance because the NBA still uses conferences, even though they shouldn't, but they still do. So basically, Sony is like a Hall of Fame. Samsung is a superstar. LG is an all-star. And that would make Insignia a role player. Insignia, for those of you that don't know, is they are Best Buy's their own brand of TVs. Now the company itself, Best Buy, are they a good company? Hell yeah. Are their TVs super great quality that they can compete with, Hall of Famers and superstars? Right now, probably not, but they're fairly priced and they serve their purpose, just like a role player. I would say Insignia is along the line. If I had to pick a team for Insignia, I would say whichever team is the runner-up in the East. But yeah, that's my spiel on how to compare TVs to today's NBA rankings. I hope that makes people understand better how TVs are differently priced. So the thing about Sony is a lot of people think they're overpriced, but if you had a Sony and a Samsung and you pictured them together side by side, Sony would clearly be the better TV. As a diehard fan of Samsung, Sony's quality there's no contest. I mean, yes, it's cool that Samsung is willing to do experimental stuff like curved TVs, QLED, TVs in general. 8K has been announced. So 4K was, last couple years, and sure enough, right after a whole bunch of people bought their 4K TVs this past holiday season, they announced 8K. That's the nature of the business. It's always moving ahead. But yeah. So this is knowledge that I was told from one of my favorite stores, Best Buy, because they sell everything that I'm interested in. But the three-headed monster of the NBA, in this case of TV companies, is Sony, Samsung, and LG. But the really only two that matter, the best two teams in the West are the only ones that matter. That's Sony and Samsung. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. Like, this, ask any person who knows TVs, and they will tell you similar, if not the same things I've just told you. So, there it is. Alright, I'll talk to you guys later.